What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the comprehensive DPS spreadsheet. If you don't know, this is the spreadsheet that I use and many YouTubers use in all of their videos when it comes to finding the best raid attackers in Pokemon Go. Let's get into it, timestamps below. Okay, so I'm going to link below the website to this spreadsheet, but it is linked below in every single one of my videos. Now this spreadsheet pretty much takes all the Pokemon in the game and it'll organize them by 4 different things. First we have DPS. DPS stands for damage per second. It's going to count how much damage a Pokemon is doing every single second. The higher the DPS, the faster the raid boss will go down. We then have the stat TDO. TDO stands for total damage output. Total damage output is how much a Pokemon does in its lifetime. So it's also going to take into consideration the bulk of the Pokemon, but also the damage of the Pokemon. Finally, we have DPS to the power of 3 times TDO. This is a formula that takes into consideration DPS and TDO and gives that Pokemon an overall ranking for raids. It's kind of like a general number to get a strength of how strong a Pokemon is for raids. And then finally, of course, we have CP. So if you want to organize it by the highest CPs, you can do that as well. If you want to learn more about how the formulas for DPS and TDO work, on the website here, there is a link that brings you over to the DPS explanation, how to calculate it, as well as the TDO explanation, how to calculate it. So it shows you the actual formulas and things like that if you want to calculate it. But in general, what I said is the simplified version of these numbers. Okay, before we get into it, there's 2 different ways you can search on this website. First of all, you can input enemy information, which inputs an actual raid boss. So for example, if I throw Kyogre in there, depending on what other information I put in, it'll show me the best raid attackers against Kyogre. The other way is to just go to the search bar and just start searching different search terms, and that will just show general Pokemon and their stats. Okay, there's a lot of things we can actually search in this search bar. If you scroll up, there's actually a full legend here showing you a bunch of things. Let's go through those. First of all, we have the dex number. So you can search in the search bar Pokemon 1, Pokemon 151, all that stuff. If I search Pokemon 321, it'll go ahead and show me Wailord, which is number 321 in the Pokedex. You can also search Pokemon type, normal, normal and flying, normal and none. So for example, here, if I want Ghost and Fire, is there even a Ghost and Fire Pokemon? Yeah, Chandelure, for example. It'll show me Chandelure, all of their stats for all the different movesets Chandelure has. You can also search move types. So you can search at a type, for example, at Ghost, will show you any Pokemon that have a Ghost move. For example, here, at Ghost, show me Mega Gengar with Ghost moves, a Mega Mewtwo Y with 1 Ghost move. You can then put a 1 or a 2 in front of the Ghost to show you if you want the charge move or the fast move to be Ghost. For example, here, if I throw in 1, all of the fast moves on these Pokemon that are going to pop up in the search are going to have a fast Ghost move. And then same goes with 2, will show me all the charge moves with a Ghost. Finally, if you don't want both moves to be Ghost, all you have to search is going to be at and then a little asterisk Ghost. This is what I use the most because this will show me Pokemon that are actually doing pure Ghost damage and that can be relevant as Ghost type raid attackers because both they're doing fast and charge move Ghost damage. You can also search base stats. So if you want base attack 190 to 200, if you want to kind of find Pokemon with high attack, I don't really use this one as much. And also the CP, base CP. So CP 3000 minus should show us Pokemon which are above 3000 CP. As you can see here, if I sort it, the lowest we're seeing here are Pokemon at 3000 CP. You can show the Game Press rating. So Game Press actually has a way to rate every Pokemon on how good they are for raids. You can show, if you want to see the Pokemon that are rated 5 stars, just search rating 5. There you go. It'll show you all the best Pokemon, like the strongest who have good rating. You can filter by moves. So you can search at legacy moves, at exclusive moves, and at stab moves. If you don't know, legacy moves are moves that Pokemon can only learn during special events. So you have to use Elite Fast and Elite Charge Gems to teach them those moves or wait for new special events where we can get those moves. Same goes with exclusive, I believe. I think exclusive is the exact same thing as legacy. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. And then finally, we can search at stab. If you don't know what stab is, it's same type attack bonus. So if a Pokemon knows a move that's the same type as its actual Pokemon typing, it will do 20% more damage. So by searching at stab, it'll only show you moves that a Pokemon know that is the same type as that Pokemon. You can filter out legacy moves by searching at star current. That will do the opposite of searching legacy moves. It'll remove them. You can filter out shadow Pokemon, type exclamation point shadow, kind of like you do in Pokemon Go. And you can view Pokemon with fast moves and charge moves that are the same type by searching at same. So if you don't want like a mix of typings, and like we mentioned before, you want only movesets that are the exact same, you can go ahead and search at same. And here you go, Mega Rayquaza, Dragon Tail Outrage, Mega Rayquaza Air/Hurricane, Mega Rayquaza Air/Aerial Ace. Only the fast and charge moves that are the same type. Now with that out of the way, how do we search the best raid attackers by type? Well, what I love to do for the best raid attackers is going to be simply searching at star and then a typing. For example, let's take a look at Dragon type. Now, of course, you can search it by DPS, TDO, or DPS times TDO. If you're looking for the best raid attackers in the game, DPS is the best way to sort, because the more DPS you do, the faster the raid boss will go down. You can sort by TDO if you want a bulkier raid team that will survive for longer and you will have to do less revives, but you will be doing less damage than the DPS poke. Finally, DPS by TDO is a decent ranking as well to sort by if you want just the generally best counters, but me myself, I like to prefer to sort by DPS. Now, the issue with DPS Pokemon is that although they do a lot of damage, they take a lot of damage, so that means you're gonna be relobbying a lot. Luckily, there's a checkbox here called the Swap Descent, I believe, and this actually takes into consideration the time it takes to relobby with Pokemon into the DPS formula calculation. So I like to check Swap Descent when doing these calculations. Also, you can check the best icon up here, which will only show you the best moveset for each Pokemon. Instead of showing me, Mega Salamence with Dragon Tail Outrage and Mega Salamence with Dragon Tail and Draco Meteor, since Dragon Tail Outrage is the better moveset, that's the only one I really need to see. So check that as well. You can even check Mega Boost if you want. This will activate Mega Boost for all these Pokemon, but in the end, the damage calculation will be the same for most of these Pokemon, since every single Pokemon here, if you check Mega Boost, will be boosted by 20%. Now, as you can see, this will show me all the best DPS Pokemon in the game right now for Dragon type. Right now, Mega Rayquaza is not in the game, but Shadow Salamence, Dragon Tail Outrage, 21.292 damage per second. We then have Mega Garchomp not in the game, Shadow Dragonite, which is in the game, Dragon Tail Outrage. Black Kyurem not in the game, Mega Salamence not in the game, Mega Latios not in the game, but then Rayquaza, Dragon Tail Outrage, 18 DPS every single second. In general, that's the basics of the spreadsheet, but there is other features on this spreadsheet which you guys want to know about. First of all, we have the customize feature. The customize feature is great because it allows you to add Pokemon and add movesets to the spreadsheet if you want to look at predicting future Pokemon in Pokemon Go and how strong they're going to be. For example, here, you're going to want to click customize and usually come to species. In the species section, what we can do is we can search a Pokemon and we can add moves to them or add shadow forms to them to make them better. For example, let's take a look at the Pokemon Garchomp. Garchomp, I think, is going to get a shadow form very soon in the future. We have Shadow Dratini, Shadow Larvitar, Shadow Beldum, Shadow Bagon in the game, and I think Gible is the next shadow that should come in terms of pseudo legendary. So what you can do is actually search exclamation point shadow close bracket and then go ahead and click the save button. Now Shadow Garchomp has been added to the spreadsheet. We can go ahead and close that and click the refresh button. Quick mistake, guys, when you're typing in shadow, you don't need the brackets, by the way. You just type shadow and then in front of Garchomp. Now all you got to do is click the refresh button. Once you've done that, you can add shadow to any single Pokemon that doesn't have a shadow form already. And now we're going to organize by best and then we're going to sort it. And as you can see, Shadow Garchomp has actually taken the number 2 slot behind Shadow Salamence for a raid attacker. Now, unfortunately, I don't think there's any way to hide the unreleased megas, so Mega Rayquaza, Mega Garchomp, if you're trying to look at actual Pokemon in game. But what you can do is come over to customize species, and then I can search Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza, and if I want, I can actually delete this Pokemon from the actual move. And I don't really recommend doing this because then once Mega Rayquaza does release, you're gonna have to re-add it to your spreadsheet. I don't believe it'll re-add itself. But all in all, that's how you add a shadow form to a Pokemon. Now on top of that, you can actually come to customize species and you can predict future legacy moves on Pokemon. For example, the Pokemon Haxorus. Now I'm in this edit and I've searched Haxorus. It'll show you all the stats, this Pokemon, all the moves it has. Now what you can come is to fast move or charge move. You can do a comma and you can add a move. For example, if Haxorus were ever to learn Outrage, how good would it be as a Dragon type raid attacker? We're just click the save button here, click OK, close this and then click refresh. Then now we're gonna click best because you have to check that every time for some reason. And then we're gonna see Haxorus is actually here on the spreadsheet in 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth place in terms of DPS as a Dragon type raid attacker. If you want to sort it by TDO, it's actually in, it's actually pretty far down in terms of TDO, but still, that allows you to show you if you want to add moves to Pokemon and see how good they are going to be as raid attackers in the future. Now, one thing someone did mention on my video is comparing level 40 attackers to level 50 attackers, like a level 40 Galarian Darmanitan compared to like a level 50 Mamoswine in terms of an ice type raid attacker. Like, how do you compare those two? Not 100% sure how to do that. So if anyone knows, please comment below. I know you can change the levels of attackers here. For example, here, if you want to go ahead and, look at all level 49.5 raid attackers, go ahead and click that and refresh. That'll just bump all the Pokemon stat up to level 49.5, which won't really make a huge difference here since all the Pokemon are being buffed. So it's just going to be stronger DPSs for everybody. So that's in general what you need to know. But I want to mention again, this is for general raid attackers. What you can actually do on this website, which is great, is actually use it as a counter guide kind of thing. Similar to how Poke Pokebattler works, which is another great website for looking for counters, probably a lot simpler than this. You can come to the species tab here and you can go ahead and search for a Pokemon. For example, let's say we're going up against Kyurem and we want to know what is the best DPS Pokemon, the Pokemon that will take down Kyurem the fastest if you have a full team of them all at the same level with the exact same stats. Actually, you know what? Let's do Heatran since Heatran's coming out in a moment. If you pump in Heatran there, it'll go ahead and take a second to load. You're going to make sure you remove anything from the search bar there. Then you can also choose Heatran's fast move if you know what Heatran you're going up against. This does refine your search because knowing what fast and charge move you have knows what Pokemon is best to use because you know what Pokemon is going to be resisting those fast moves and charge moves. For example, we're just going to leave it blank for now, which will just show you generally the best DPS Pokemon. You can also choose the weather you're going to be fighting in. I think extreme means no weather boost, but it'll go ahead if you want to choose what Pokemon, what moves you're getting weather boost for. So for Pokemon with multiple weaknesses, if you choose weather that is boosting one of their weaknesses, those are probably the Pokemon that will be recommended. You can also choose best, which is generally what I like to do because it'll only show you one search thread for each Pokemon. And you can choose Mega Boost if you want. Now you're going to see the DPS numbers are so much higher, TDO numbers, all this stuff is so much higher because it's actually showing you the damage a Pokemon is doing to an actual raid boss. Another thing this actually shows you is going to be multi movesets, which is great. For example, Mega Heracross with Counter and Earthquake. This allows you to refine your search to Pokemon that have two different type of moves, but both moves are doing super effective on, which is not something you're actually going to see in the original search. But as you can see here, most of the movesets are going to be ground since Heatran is double weak to ground. And we can go ahead and sort by DPS and show us the best Pokemon. For example, here right now, a Heatran with any fast move in extreme weather, the best counter in game currently is going to be a Shadow Mamoswine with Mud Slap and Bulldoze, doing 35 damage and 63.3633 whatever damage per second. Now Mamoswine is actually weak to fire, so if we come in here and change the moveset to Fire Spin and Flamethrower, what we're going to see is Mamoswine is still number one, but it has a lower DPS because it's going to be dying faster. And we're also going to see Excadrill actually drop all the way down here to, I believe, I don't know what slot it was, but Excadrill was number 3 on the other spreadsheet. We're going to see the rise of Pokemon like Landorus Therian and Garchomp, which are Pokemon that actually resist fire. I believe Landorus resists fire, I'm not sure, making them a lot better suited counter. Shadow Mamoswine is still going to be number 1 just because it inputs so much damage per second since it's a shadow, but its DPS did drop in this scenario because it will be having to re-lobby more since we do have the swap descent checkmark, since Fire Spin and Flamethrower are going to be doing super effective for this Pokemon. This allows you to get a much better search on the best counters for a Pokemon. You can either use Pokebattler or you can use this if you want to go ahead and take a deep search into what are the highest DPS Pokemon to use. You can look at the highest TDO if you want to find out what Pokemon are going to be surviving on the battlefield and generally just doing the most damage. For example here, of course, Garchomp is going to be the number 1 TDO because Garchomp resists the fire moveset. And then general top counters are going to be DPS times TDO. Generally the best counter is going to be Garchomp because, as you know, Garchomp's resisting the fire type moveset here that Heatran has. All in all, that's really all you need to know about the comprehensive DPS spreadsheet. Now I want to say I am still a new beginner with this thing. I've been using this chart for about a year now, so I'm sure there's a bunch of features that I don't know. If there's any cool features that you find very useful and you are a expert on using this chart, feel free to comment them below. I'll go ahead and like some of the cool features that you guys can type out, and maybe we'll make a follow-up video on some other cool features. Hope you guys learned something from this video. This is a great chart to use anytime it comes to finding the best raid attackers in general, and also the best raid attackers for a specific raid boss. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day, guys. We're gonna see you on the next one. Follow for tips, everyone. Peace.